back there getting the ball, you kind of you know what's coming. It's just a matter of being disciplined. Is discipline going to be a big thing this week?
Absolutely. Back in the day, everybody would always say, well, it's playing the option is discipline, but at the end of the day, the way offensive football is advanced outside of people who run the triple option, I mean, it's really all option, right? At the end of the day, quarterback's got the ball sometimes he's faking it to the back, he's throwing RPOs. I mean, it's all over the place. So I mean, defensive football overall is all about eye discipline, but they certainly challenge every bit of that, and they certainly challenge the mental and physical toughness aspect, how hard they play.
You think that because there's so many offenses that are running this RPO and zone read and stuff like that are basically, like you said, kind of options. Yeah. You think that kind of eases it some then when you get into that week, you're having more disciplined players already? You don't have to ratchet it up as much?
I mean, you hope so. You hope that, because really there's so much each week, depending on the guy just doing his exact job and being where he's supposed to be. So you hope that there's some carryover in terms of that, in terms of the style and the plays that you see, it's different. So, but yeah, you obviously hope for that.
Or it seems like with Malcolm Perry, I mean, he's a big part of what they did. They had some injury situations, some depth issues where they moved him back out to slot, and I don't think they've had AB back there at quarterback. Is it a different? It's not a different look, I would imagine, but is it things changed a lot depending on who they have? Because it seems like you've had a bunch of different teams with a bunch of different quarterback options, but this one's kind of
each week it seems like that. It seems like we're kind of trying to go into something and see where it's going to be at. But they played AB, they played Lewis, they played Perry. So we played AB last year. Lewis came in some, Perry was in there some last year. So they do a good job, and those guys have their strengths and things that I guess they like to do in terms of that. But they do a great job. Again, they're very well coached. They're a disciplined team, and I've got the utmost respect for them. Haven't watched them for a number of years and what they do, and certainly a great atmosphere and a really tough place to play. So it'll be a big challenge whoever they have a quarterback.
The last couple of weeks, I've asked opposing coaches about the investment in time on Ed, and one of them said the ultimate respect isn't double teaming him or triple teaming him. It's how much time you got to take away from Houston as a defense to one guy, whether it's in the preseason or whether it's the week of preparation. I was wondering from the opposite angle of having a guy like Ed and knowing that at some point he's forcing teams to adjust things. What's that like in terms of you have to you can do so many different things with them that can cause so many other problems where they have to spend a lot of time.
Yeah, we do. We spend a lot of time on it. We spent a lot of the time in the off season and talking about, okay, what can we do, this year in terms of putting Ed in the best position and helping us obviously being sound, within our scheme. But how can we, put him in as many different opportunities and matchups as we can possibly get, and that's part of what we're going to do daily, which only makes sense when you have a elite player like that. You want to create matchups, and you want to do things that will help him be disruptive.
And it probably comes down to him where at some point you're going to get frustrated. You're like, look, it happens. He says this is my life, but if it's happening to him, it's freeing up other people. Yeah. So as a defensive coordinator, you kind of have to look at it, the whole picture where you're up there and you're seeing.
It's still about everybody just doing their job, including it. He does a good job of not letting it get to him. He doesn't get frustrated. He just plays hard. The biggest thing is just all the guys. Things will open up for them if that team is making adjustments and they are trying to double or do certain things. And when your opportunity comes up, but it's really important that everybody just does their job. And obviously, we're going to have a design going into each week where we try to feature our playmakers. Obviously, starting with 10, and we have other guys that are doing really good things for us in terms of being disruptive. So that's part of it.
Some would say the mark of a good team is how they respond. So do you feel like since that 10th game defensively, have you seen what you wanted to see in terms of responding, whether it's during the bye week, that open date, and especially the last two games? Have you seen a totally, I don't want to say different unit, but has it?
Well, I think it was unfortunate. We obviously had a bad day that day. Obviously, the week before we played really well. Against Arizona, we played really well in the second half of Bryce. So that was a bad game. We went back to work, and it's been over the last month. So obviously we had a bye, we had Southern, we had Tulsa, we had East Carolina, and I like what we've done over the month. I think if you go back to Southern, Tulsa, and East Carolina, I think our one defense has given up 2 touchdowns in those 3 games. So we've been disruptive. We've gotten tackles for losses. We've hit the quarterback, hurried the quarterback, broke passes up. We've taken the ball away. We've had 7 in the last 2 weeks. So those are all things that we want. Those are goals of ours, and those are things we coach daily. And so I'm pleased with the progress that we're making. I thought we tackled well in this last game. I thought that was our biggest improvement in terms of how well we tackled. Now we did have some critical ones that kept drives alive. The ones that we missed were critical. They were on 3rd down. We've got to get that cleaned up. But in terms of doing the things that we're trying to coach and trying to improve on, I think over the last month the guys have done a good job.
Like you had the 12 pressures this game, you had the 12 tackles from. Was there a moment, but did you feel like y'all had to, during that bye week, sit down and say, let's find ways to pressure more, or has it always been there? It's just a matter of executing?
It's been about the same numbers. We've been a pressure defense. We're going to move, we're going to stunt, we're going to pressure, we're going to bring different guys, and that's what we've done. I think sometimes you got to hone up some guys in terms of looking at techniques and just making sure up front, and let's make sure we're making progress towards the quarterback and pressuring, and you're not moving laterally. I think we've done a better job of getting, doing some of the things that we're trying to get our guys going north and working towards the quarterback and getting in the backfield. And I think we're improving in that area, and I think that's helping us.
The guy that we were talking to back there, Meke, would look like, going back and watching at least the first half of this last game, he was real active in terms of how you guys were bringing him off the edge and doing those kind of things.
Yeah, and that's like another guy that you talk about. He's a very versatile player who does a number of things for us. He can do a lot of things well. He can set the edge in the run game. He can walk out and be effective in zone coverage in the pass game, or shutting down a bubble screen. And then when you get in a pass situation, he can become part of our 4 down rush group. So when you have guys like that are playmakers that can do that, then it gives you flexibility, and it gives you a chance to have different parts of the package, and that's what guys like Meke and Ed do for you in terms of and it's our job to find the right spots and the right matchups, and try to stay one step ahead each week in terms of having something a little bit different than we did previously. And I think we've been able to do that because we have smart players, and we've been able to kind of do some of those things with the package that they've been able to understand. Hey, this is a game plan thing. This is something we want to do, and they've been able to go out and execute.
Since we have you, and wanted to bring up the inside backers, obviously talked to Elijah Gooden a couple weeks ago after he had the big strip sack in the Tulsa game. Just what have you seen from him throughout the season? How has he started to come on a little bit?
Well, we really made a concerted effort, to try to get Elijah involved in what we call our sub package. When we're getting in 3rd downs, or we're getting in 2-minute situations, to get his athleticism and get his speed on the field, and some other guys that come in that package with Anini and Joel Williams, and it helps that you can get fresh bodies on the field on 3rd down, and guys have speed. They obviously can become weapons for you, and he is starting to be that type of guy. He's very fast. He can blitz, and he created a lot of pressures and QB hits at Tulsa. He did a nice job again, at ECU. He didn't show up as much in the stat game, but he's doing a nice job back there, and he's becoming very good at his role right now.
You guys get Darian Owens back this week, or I think he's been practicing, but potentially back for the game. How much does that help? Obviously, although Roman and Austin have done a pretty good job holding it down.
They have, and they've also taken a great number of reps. And coming into the season, we were hopeful that those two and Darian would have a 3-way rotation, so that we could be strong down the stretch. And it's just and we'll see where he's at. We'll see where he's at daily. He was out there today, so looked good running around. So keep evolving. But we've also had to bring other guys along. Carmuch and Movement, and those guys have played in Darian's absence, and they've had to get reps, which in turn, when Darian does come back, makes you deeper. So, but Roman and Austin have done a nice job.